Hello everyone, welcome to EduRise channel. Today we are going to see Python programming from the Kips CyberQuest textbook, which is of grade 7. This is a CBSE book by Kips Learning by the name CyberQuest. So we will be going with each chapter in detailed explanation, and I'll be explaining you the programming part as well. In today's class, we are going to see the coding part of Python, which is chapter 8, control flow in Python. In this chapter, it is going to cover operators, types of operators, control statements, types of control statements, and conditional statements. In the 6th grade, the Python introduction, variables, data types were being explained. Now in this 7th grade, we have operators, types of operators, control statements, and in detail description of if statements. So we are going to go with the programming as well. Now to start with, so here you can QR this for getting the detailed explanation. Now in this chapter, we are going to see understand the operators and their precedence. Precedence is similar to the mathematics where we have multiple operations to be performed. Now which operator to be executed evaluated first depends on the precedence priority given. Like the highest priority is given to the brackets and then division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Likewise, the operators in the Python will also follow certain precedence order in which they are going to be executed. Next, we are going to see control statements and conditional statements. Now to start with, the first topic we have is operator. What is an operator? If you see the diagram which is on the right side, there is an expression written sum is equal to a plus b. Now this is an expression, mathematical expression performing some addition operation. In a programming language, the terms a, b, sum are referred as operands. On the other hand, the symbols that you see in the expression, that is plus and equal, are referred as operators, and the whole of this becomes operation. So operands along with the operators performs an operation. Operators are nothing but the symbols which performs arithmetic or logical operations, any operations. That operation is performed on the operands A and B, you can see here, and this will give you a result. In basic programming language, you will see that the destination comes first, that is on the left hand side. Here the sum is the destination where a plus b is stored, whereas the source comes at the right hand side. A and b are the sources, the values that you have to add. So this is the basic thing that we normally write in the programming languages. The destination comes first, where you want to store. The variable name comes first, followed by an equal symbol. This is an assignment operator, you will see in the next slides. And then the operation that you are going to perform with operators and operand is being stored into this destination sum. Right? So we have this operators, operands, which performs an operation. Now we are going to see different types of operators in a Python programming language. So we have arithmetic operator with an example program, a tabular column giving you all the arithmetic operators that are available with examples here in the IDLE tool, then string. Now instead of like going with these, let me first show you a mind map that is created by my daughter. So here is the explanation, summarized explanation. So chapter 8, control flow in Python. The operators, as I have shown you this, sum is equal to a plus a and b, and sum are the operands or the variables you can say, and symbols like plus and equal or operators. It can be any symbols. Now operation precedence, this is the order that we are going to see at the end. Now next, if you see, there is the detailed flow chart of all the operators that are available. Now the first operator we have, will be discussing about arithmetic operator. Next is logical operator. Third one is string operator. Fourth, assignment operator, and the fifth, relational operators. So we are going to see each one of them one by one with an example. Now to start with arithmetic operator, see we have again two types in this, unary, binary. Now let's see what are unary and binary operators under arithmetic. Likewise, logical operators. Logical, you might have already studied about logical operations like AND, logical OR, logical NOT. So we are going to see the same here. We have string. There are two types, two string operations that we are going to see here. One is concatenation operator and the other one is replication operator. That's so it will be exciting to see the examples of those. Next we have assignment operator, which is a simple equal symbol, and relational operator will be like fun to learn to know the relation between two variables, whether it is greater, lesser, equal, not equal, and so on. So this is the summary chart to explain different types of operators. Now just by looking at the glance of this mind map, you will quickly able to recall types of operators, and you will be easily able to write any program that are being asked in these topics. Now going back to detailed explanation, we'll start with the arithmetic operator first. Arithmetic, like you have already studied about arithmetic, like such as mathematical calculations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. These are basic mathematical calculations. In Python programming, these arithmetic operators are being classified into two types. First is unary operator. Unary means single. Next is binary operator. Binary, bi means two. Right? Now I'll open an IDLE tool shell so that we can go with the programming. Those who are not aware of this IDLE Python tool, like how to install, download, please let me know in the comment box. I'll be explaining you that. So I have opened IDLE with the version 3.12.5. I'll open a new file new. Now we'll go with arithmetic operator. Right, now in arithmetic operators, as I have said, there are two types, unary and binary. Bi is 2, unary is 1. Right, so when you have only one single operand, that is referred as unary operator. When you have two operands, it is referred as binary operator. For example, let's say we have just seen expression sum is equal to a plus b, right? Now if you see here, I'll just remove this sum is equal to, because this is just performing and storing the value in a variable. Now we'll just go with a plus b expression. Now in a plus b, plus is what? Operator. A and b are what? Operands, right? So how many operands are there in this? There are two operands. Hence, this is said to be as binary arithmetic operator. Now, what are unary operators? It requires only one operand. Let's see, when we have an expression such as a plus 10, 100. Let's say I want to perform addition. Sometimes you will have increment operator represented by plus plus a. Sometimes it is referred as a plus plus. Basically, these are unary operators. Now here if you see plus plus, these are the symbols to represent increment. And similarly you will have a minus minus or minus minus a. Right? Now in all these four expressions that I have written, you will see that there is only one operand a. Right? Only single operand. So what is this all performing? Now I'll just write this. Let's say if I have to go with plus plus a, this is actually performing a is equal to a plus 1. Plus 1. What does it mean? It means that I'm incrementing the value of a by 1. This is what plus plus a means. This is called increment operator. Likewise, minus minus a, if you go with, it means subtract minus 1 it means subtract minus 1 with the value of a. This is called decrement. So here to say that minus 1 is to be subtracted or plus 1 is to be added, we will just write with the symbol plus plus, that is to add 1 to the a, minus minus, subtract 1 to a. And you might ask me, like, I have written plus plus a, then again I have written a plus plus. What are these two things? This is called pre-increment and post-increment. For your syllabus, this is not required, but you can just understand that both of these will be performing increment operation. Similarly, a minus minus, or if it is minus minus a, both are same, but the difference is pre-decrement and post-decrement is being done. What is it? That is not required for 7th grade as I feel. Right? Now here unary operator will have single operand or one operand, like increment and decrement operator, or it can be operations such as here. As you can see here, a is equal to plus 100. Now here is equal to plus is same as your increment. The value of a here is being assigned to the a variable. Likewise, b is equal to minus 100. Minus 100 is being assigned. Actually, this is not correct, because if we are going with is equal to symbol to indicate that value is assigned, that becomes assignment operator, which is not correct true over here. Basically, unary operator will have single operand, which is performed by increment and decrement. Binary operator, which requires two operands, such as a plus b, or it can be a minus b, or it can be a multiplied by b, right? So all these operations require two operands to perform. Now, those are all called as binary, right? So now if you see this program, it is just assigning value of plus 10 and minus 10 to x and y. That is referred as unary operator there. Going with the binary operator. Now here if you see, binary operators in Python are not just plus, minus, multiplication and division, but also we have floor division, remainder and exponential. So we have addition operation where you can add two values with a plus symbol. We have subtraction, the values can be subtracted, multiplication to find the product, division to divide the numbers, and floor division. Now the difference between division and floor division. A division operation will give you the result in a float value. Float. If you know data types, we have int, float and string. Let's go with the program. Let's say if I have a as 5, I have assigned a value as 5, b value as 2. Now I want to print what is a divided by b, right? Now let's run this program and see what is the output that we are going to get. Here I have to first save the program, so let me just save it. This is my first program. So the result you are getting here is 2.5. 2.5 we have obtained by dividing 5 divided by 2. Now this is normal division. Now if I go with floor division means you'll have two slash. One single slash is division, two slash is floor division. Now let's see what is the output. Now the answer you have got is 2. Previously you had the floating value 2.5. If the number is not perfectly divisible, there will be some reminders that you are going to get. That you are going to get in point values. 0.5 is the reminder, right? Here in floor division, it ignores the reminder. Only the quotient value is displayed. Reminders are ignored. So that is floor division. You will see many applications, examples where floor divisions will be of very helpful, where we need only integer value. We'll go with examples of ours. Next, we have remainder. Now in the floor division, we have seen that this is giving you only the quotient part, but you can also get the remainder, only remainder, by using this versatile symbol. This is called as remainder operator. Now if you run this program and see, 2 is the quotient part, right? Whereas the remainder 0.5. 0.5 is what? When you divide 5 divided by 2. 2 2's 4. How much is left over? Is 1. Now when you are dividing it with like normal division, it uses this point and then it goes with the decimal point values to get it as 0.5. In reminder, it will give you exact the value, how much is left over when you are dividing, if it is not perfectly divisible. If it is perfectly divisible, you are going to get, can you guess the answer? Suppose I am writing, let's go with 10 and 5. Now quickly guess the answers for the floor division, A divided by B, and the remainder A percentile B. Tell me first, what is the answer you are going to expect for floor division A divided by B? 10 divided by 5. What is the quotient? Guess fast. And A remainder B. That is 10 percentile 5. How much is the remainder? You got the answer? Let's see. So you got the values to be as 2, because 10 divided by 5 is 2. How much is left over? Because it is perfectly divisible, you are going to get it as 0. Right? So that is floor division and remainder. This is the symbol you use for performing remainder operation. And next we have exponential. Exponential, you might have studied in the mathematics, any number to the power of other number, like a power n. We have different formulas in the mathematics for exponentials, like a power m into a power n. Right? You will be performing some mathematical formulas to apply on that. So when you are using this Python programming for computations, like for doing some complex mathematical operations, you will be making use of this exponential. Now we'll go with an example of this exponential. Now I have value 10 and the power of 5. Calculating 10 power 5 will be a bit difficult. We'll go with 2 power of 5. So when we go with this, print, I want to print A, what is it? I have to go with exponential. What is the symbol that you use? Double star B. Now what does it mean? This means whenever you have any comment line, you can write by starting with hash. Now A double star B is nothing but it is representing that 2 power of 5. How much is 2 power of 5? How do you normally calculate it? It is writing 2. How many times? 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Right? Writing 2 5 times. Which is equal to how much? 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32. Right? Now let's run this. The other two print A floor division B, that is 2 floor division 5 will be giving you, because 2 is a smaller number, you are going to get 0 because there will not be any coefficient. Remainder will be 2 and exponential value that we have just calculated is 32. Right? So this is exponential. Any number to the power of other number. So that A will be repeatedly multiplied those many number of times. So we have this exponential. If you go with the program examples that are being given, so they have used two variables x and y to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division and exponential. The first program is that. So let's go with the second program, program 2 here. Write a Python program to use arithmetic operators. So I'll open this again. Let's clear this out. I want to clear this as well. It will close it and open again so that I can go with. Okay, so we are going with program for arithmetic operation. Now if I write a is equal to 10, then b is equal to 5, and then if I have to go with addition, print a plus b. Now every time when you are running this program for an addition, the value 10 and 5 will be taken and it gives you the value 15 all the time, right? 15 will be there every time when you run the program. Now I don't want 10 and 5 every time when I'm executing. It can be different values, or I can ask you, like the one who is using my program, to enter or give me some inputs. So that is what is called as taking inputs from the user. So for doing that, not to have a fixed value of 10 and 5 every time, we can ask the user to enter. So for that, what we'll do, I'll write input and I'll give a message, enter a number or enter a value. This is what I'm asking user to enter. Now if you see here, I'm asking enter a value, and this value will be stored in the variable a. And by default, whenever you are writing this input keyword, it takes the value string. Now we'll understand this. So suppose if I have to take value a, enter a value and run this program. Now it is asking me to enter a value, right? So let's say I'm entering 12, and when you are printing 12, it is printing 12 as it is. Now this 12 is not an integer, it is a string. How will you understand? Let's go. Let's see, if I have to perform, that was 12, right? I'll write plus 2. Now you should get 14, because if I am entering 12 value in a, 12 plus 2 should give me 14. Now let's see what happens. Run the program and see. Now I'm entering value 2, right? Look what happened. Can only concatenate string, not int to string. It is throwing me an error telling that it can concatenate the string. It is not integer value, it is a string value. I cannot concatenate. What is concatenate? We'll see in the string operator. Now this error is talking you about something like string and not int. Now to resolve this, just simple, you are going to add before input, just add int. As I'm opening a bracket here, you will close the bracket as well. Now let's run the program with the same value 12. So here it is giving me, okay, close this because it is not visible. Alright, so I'm entering 12. Hooray, we got the value 14 now. In the previous case, what happened was, it was only input asking user to enter the value. By default, input will take the value and store a string into the variable a, whereas int will convert this string to an integer and then it will be stored into the variable a. So when I have taken this integer value 12 and added with 2, you are going to get the value 14. When we don't keep this int here, the value that are being entered is a string value for performing string operations like concatenation and replication. Right? I hope this is clear. Now I have got the first variable a. Now similarly, I'll be taking the second variable. Let's see. Now I have just copy pasted to save my time. and I'm asking A and B value. Now we'll just perform addition. Print A minus B. Print again. I want A multiplied by B. This is multiplication. Again print. I want division. A simple division first. Then I want print. Then I want floor division to take place, and then we'll go with some remainder value to find out, and an exponential A, exponential B. All these are what? Arithmetic operators. Under which category? Binary. We have two under arithmetic, unary and binary. So under binary, we have these arithmetic operators in Python program. Now let's run the program. So it is asking me values. Let me start with the beginning. So let's enter simple values 2 and 3. Okay, so I have got something like 5 minus 1, 6.666666, 0, 2 and 8. Okay, but it is like not clear to me what are all these. Again, I have to recall. This is addition, subtraction. Oh, I have an idea. We'll keep a message here. This is addition. Now this message will be easy for me to understand what value A plus B is actually. You want to check this out? Let's do that. Oh, it is starting again. Right? Let's see. I have 2 and 3. Addition 5. Oh, this is clear now. 5 is the addition of 2 plus 3. That's very convenient to understand. So you can just add message either by using double quotes or by using a single quote. You want to see that? Yes. Subtraction. I want to keep a colon or equal, that's up to you. As I have started with single colon, you will end with a single colon. And remember, when you have two different things, this is a string, these are variables, integer variables or any variable, you have to separate by a comma. If you don't keep a comma, you will come across with an error. So there is a comma. So let's see, a single quote or a double quote, it also works perfectly fine. Same thing again. Right? 2 and 3. Hooray! So we got addition, subtraction, and 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So we got this single and double quote correct one. I want you to complete this program in IDLE tool and let me know in the comment. Now we'll go further. This was program 2. Right? I'll save this program and let's close this. Next, third program is write a program to find the area and circumference of a circle whose radius is entered by the user. Okay, area of a circle, the formula is pi r square. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, where r is the radius. Let's start doing that. Okay, now here we are doing some mathematical calculation, right? So let's open a new file. So I want to write a comment that we are going to find area of circle. This is equal to pi r to the power of 2. What is pi? We have a standard value for pi, that is 3.14. So we can replace pi value with 3.14, whereas circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, right? Now these are the formulas we have, and you have to remember pi is 3.14. Now we'll start writing the value program. Now it is asking you to take the value, radius value from the user. So you can see the program. Write a program to find the area and circumference of a circle whose radius is entered by the user. Now I'll be asking user to enter the radius. So let's start. R is my variable to store radius value entered by the user. So always, as I have said at the starting, you will have destination first and then the source. So R is equal to, remember how to take the value. If it is integer type, you have to start with int. And as I'm asking user to give me input, so you will be using input keyword with a message. Enter radius. This message is optional, but it is very convenient for the user to enter the value. Without the message, how will I know what is the value that I have to enter? I will not be able to understand. So for that, we will be keeping some message for the user. Enter radius is what I'm asking the user to enter. Now once I got this, what I'll do, I'm using area. This is my another variable. What is the area formula? Pi r to the power of 2. Pi is what? 3.14. Now that is multiplied by r power of 2. So here whenever you have multiplication in between, you have to keep a star mark. Star is nothing but multiplication. R is the radius that I am taking from the user to the power is what? 2 stars 2. Similarly, circumference. Circumference of a circle. Instead of taking that too long, I'll just take C. C is equal to, what is the formula? 2 pi r. 2 pi multiply by, pi is what? 3.14 multiply r is the radius. Now this is the values that I am going to print. I'll keep some message. Okay, this is area, and I'm going to write the variable, same variable as here. So this area will be displaying me calculated value. So next print, it will be printing circumference. Circumference of a circle, it is with the value C. Now just run the program and check the output. See, whenever you run the program, if you are getting some errors, please don't get afraid, because those errors will build you to be a good programmer. When you are able to tackle, understand, and able to solve those errors, you will be able to know what went wrong and how to correct it. That is how you are going to learn, right? So let's enter some radius value 5. So it is giving area as 78.5, 31.44. How to verify? Let's go back to this textbook. They have given the radius value as 20 to get these values. Let's go with the same 20 and check our output. So this is my program 20. So 1256, 125.6. This is the exact same value we have got from this textbook. So this is about arithmetic operator. Next we have string operators. In string, there are two operations that you can perform. One is concatenation and triplication. For more, we'll be going in the next part of my video, I'll be uploading about the string operators, assignment operator, logical operators, right? So we'll be seeing that in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.